This program is offered by
Welcome back. Section A of the senior females. Two sections of senior mares entering the arena here at Paris at the World Championship, Salon de Cheval. A little after 6:30 in the evening. First two of our class in. This could be a beautiful gray mare contest, Greg.
Yeah.
One after another.
Look at her.
Oh boy.
She's full of her stuff, isn't she? Got some
Polish mares.
Spring in their step. The white Polish mares.
To look out. You hear them coming.
Legendary. Wow.
Two sections this afternoon. We start a little earlier tomorrow, Greg. We start at 9 o'clock local Paris time, so some of you have been watching us through the night, losing sleep, but why not Saturday night? Stay up late. Stay home, be safe. Have a watching party.
Well,
my house is empty.
It'll be.
Pool's a little cold.
Some of the people will be partying at the hotel, and maybe 9:30 comes a little early to them.
Yeah, they might not go to bed, some of those guys. Those young guys, not us. We're going to hit the hay. Beautiful group. One bay mare in mixed with some beautiful white. Second bay mare coming in. Again, different strategies, Greg, how we present our horse in the group part of the class, the first part of the class. Do we show our trot off, our horse is fresh? Do we try to holster it, save it for the individual judging? Give him a flash, maybe a couple strides and shut it down? Or like Frank has done, he's just walked in like he's going to the tack room and saved it all for the individual.
This bay mare that's bouncing around for Philippe is, he's probably doing it pretty smart. She's sort of full of herself, thinking about being a show horse, and he's selling it to everybody that he can.
That's right. They're like attorneys. They're trying to get their client off of murder.
That's right. If the judge will let them off, they'll take it.
So they're using every ounce of ability, technique, and showmanship to represent and present. There you are. Two more to go. This is going to be a nice full section.
Look at her. She's full of herself. They allow them to shake more bags than in the States. Here, the horses and the animation's important to them, so they allow that. It's not harmful, in my opinion. I think the horses react to it. Well, they're show horses. They're learned to play, Roy. That's a great way of putting it. They at home learn the bags mean good things, and they get petted and carrots.
We got 11 mares in Section A at the World Championships in Paris, the Salon du Cheval, Greg. 11 mares in Section A of the senior mares.
And not a bad one in the group.
Different pedigrees,
quality level.
Different styles.
Yep. Different credentials.
Different way to, many different variations of presentations, field. This will be fun. Sit back, pull up a chair. Just two sections left of senior mares on the first Friday day session of the World Championships here in Paris. Brought to you by ArabianEssence.tv, empowered by Al Sheikh Stud. We really appreciate them trying something new and fun for the first time, Greg.
I have enjoyed it completely. It's gone like the wind fast. And what a fun thing to look at these horses and try to get everybody worldwide to just feel and see what we're seeing and talk
appreciate
about
it
and talk about them.
Yeah.
And know who's the winners and how they're scoring and how the judges are doing and the breeders. And even the vibe of the World Championships in Paris should be a template for a lot of horse shows worldwide. I know that most horse shows can't afford this budget, but they can still emulate a little bit.
They can take some of the elements and provide it. Some of the shows like the Arabian Breeders' Finals or Las Vegas that we reference in the United States, they cut off half the arena. We don't need to look at empty seats.
Right.
Create a nice atmosphere, put everybody together, your tables, or and keep your classes. You don't need to start at 8 o'clock in the morning and finish at 10:30 in the morning. Work your schedule so people enjoy their company with each other, go out to dinner. And they accomplish that here. Boy, they're elegant. There's a lot of different styles here. What's your choice today? Pick your poison?
Not yet. There's Wonderlust walking around with his great suit on, his classic traditional vest, Mr. Spoonley. Everybody has sort of a mark. Tom's got his bow tie. I can't tie a bow tie. I have to buy one.
I cheat. I use a clip-on.
I buy them too. I couldn't tie one. I don't clip on my normal ties though.
No.
I know how to do those.
Oh, you do?
Imagine.
I'm still asked by guys early, like at 7:45 in the morning in Scottsdale, can you tie my tie?
Me too.
I'm like, you're kidding me.
Years ago when I first started, I had a client that was an undertaker.
Oh boy.
And I was hurt. I didn't know how to tie a tie, and he was all nervous. And he said, lay down.
Yeah. Assume the position.
So it was assume the position. And I thought, I'm learning how to tie a tie from now on.
He doesn't get much complaints from his previous
No.
applications.
But he couldn't do it from every other angle.
No.
I wonder if he lays down when he puts it on in the morning.
Maybe. All right, we're going to start with the Spanish mare first, Greg. Owned and bred in Spain. Zaida EA, daughter Shanghai, out of an Enzo daughter from that Equus Arabian's famous breeding program. I brought you Excalibur and Shanghai. It's going to be cool. It's a nice group of mares. 11 opportunities to fall in love with Arabian horse. Section A of senior mares.
Owner is Jesus Oruño, Dakota Arabians, Empajane, Spain. España, Spain. The Equus Arabians are the breeders. And Bernard Tolra is the handler. Zahida EA, she is a August 214
Here
model.
she goes. She breaks the gate. Flag in her tail. I think she's going to put on a pass here.
We talked about this kid's getting some good trots out of his horses.
He's got a good feel.
Yep.
He's obviously practiced and has an idea of how much bag or how little bag. Oh, yeah. She's got 7 bags helping her go around this giant cavernous arena. All right, one last big straightaway here, buddy. I think everybody starts to show a little wear and tear by this point in the class. The arena is 100 by 200, Greg. It's a big piece of real estate. All right. Gonna catch their breath. That's about what I'm doing when I'm at this point of the presentation. Catch my breath.
Oh. I'm
Fix that
wondering if
forelock as slow as I can.
grab that foretop and
A few times.
brush the mane like you're kind of just taking a little break. I'm just calling the medic when I'm running.
If you go down, I'm not doing CPR on you, buddy.
You don't have to.
They tell you just chest compressions nowadays.
Yeah, sure. You're making that up.
Boy, she's nice. She stacks up very nice. Showing her medium to short distance. Got a lot of lead. You know, he's almost got a lunge line there in his hands. He's got it wrapped up, pretty organized.
Pretty face, a lot of motion.
She's
nice
focused.
mare.
Yeah.
Some of the mares that have been in shows a lot, it's more difficult to get them to lock in and show. It's more difficult to get them to pop their tail and feel totally animated because they has, we say, sat through the movie before.
She's fresh. She liked her little job. Look at her chops.
Yeah, she's okay with everything.
She's got a little bit more to do. She's 95% of the way home right now.
I noticed the long lash on this kid's halter, his whip, and that's become very popular. Most of the guys use these long lashes, and girls. We have a rule in the state, they usually put a little plastic on them. Ours can only be 6 feet total. I wonder if they have a rule here for that.
So look at, we'll get back to you on that one. Movie at 11.
And you don't see anybody grabbing for dirt to get them or grain to look at something.
Beautifully done. That's a very nice mare. There's going to be some ties in here, Greg. I can see with 11 mares at this high quality at this kind of show, they're going to have to go to tiebreaker, all the way down the list here. All right, second horse in, second mare. Adelita.
Yep. She's by Kahil Al-Shakab out of
Altamira. That's a nice mare in Poland.
Who's an Eric Stern daughter.
Yep. Her mama is special.
Jana Pulowski owned and bred by.
When you go to the farms there in Poland and the mares you really love, those are the ones that never offered the sale or never can lease. Pavel,
Yeah.
little Pavel showing.
Little Pavel.
He worked for Big Pavel.
Look at her dwell
Oh, man.
and cup her foot.
Look at
She's
this.
having fun.
She's just following him around.
Yeah, he's going to pop a 20
This could
here.
be some 20s here.
Yeah, he's
There's
gonna get
certainly
some 20
19
yeah,
5s.
he's-
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Tails up, and she's doing her job. She's looking down the arena. She's got a little dwell in her step.
People come just to watch the Polish mares because they do this all day long.
I remember in Aachen years ago, those white Polish mares would dominate. What's
These-
the name of that famous Polish handler?
Marush,
Marush.
he's not the tallest guy. He's not the fastest guy, but he scored the most points in movement all time.
He is a great handler.
He just has a feel.
He reminds me of that pitcher that used to pitch for Dodgers.
Fernando Valenzuela.
Yeah.
Nice job. But he's putting it all together. He's got her mare posing very nice. She's fit. They're cleaned up. I mean, they've really stepped up their game too in Poland in the last 4 or 5 years. Very contemporary in their presentations. Before, I would say, it was a little more, breeding farm, 5, 10 years ago, a little further out, and they start bringing in some handlers from around the world to show them some tips and help them out.
Isn't it amazing? It's still a Victor halter. Poland, China, anywhere in the world. It's amazing. One man has a little shop. It's a
his
little
garage.
shop like the size of a garage. Roy and I go visit him all the time in Scottsdale.
7-foot ceiling.
And he's hunched over, and he's now 88 years old, and he has a German dialect, and he still does halters by hand every day. And he has all the orders on a little string above you that's
Around
like
the
an
world.
invoice from around the world.
Everything
It's-
handwritten.
It's history. It's just absolutely history.
No
that-
internet.
No.
No cell phone. He just does that, and he has his little answer machine.
Got that credit card that slides. You put your card in,
The little
it
box,
slides
yeah.
over.
And the machinery in there is from the 1900,
Oh, I know. Like,
first turn of the century.
well, like the Industrial Revolution.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You brought it from
Old country, maybe.
Adelita, number 53, our second mare in Section A of the senior mares, just finishing up here.
Is Cahill back in Poland?
No, he's going to be here this weekend. He's with Giacomo.
Oh, okay.
He lives in Tuscany, like everybody should
that's
retire
right.
in
Okay,
Tuscany
yeah.
to stud.
Because he's owned by El Shakab.
Yeah, he'll be in the Platinum Championship this weekend,
Well, that'll be fun.
supposedly. We'll see. Here comes mare number 3, Vildona, also from Poland.
It's like a
for the
Polish weekend, huh?
Invasion. This is Mihalf, the other state stud, is very
She's
accomplished.
a Shanghai EA daughter out of Vilda, who's
So
by Gazal.
Yep.
Boy, classic pedigree, huh? Owned and shown by Michał.
Let's watch her work here. I think she's going to pop a good lap here for us.
There she goes.
Oh, yeah. Tail up.
Airy, real
She's-
airy.
You can't hear it from here, but she's about ready to snort and blow.
Uh-huh.
As soon as she comes to a stop, look at that move off.
Look at that. She's, oh my God.
Good hind end.
Yep.
Probably in foal as well. Most of these Polish mares
Woo.
show at Paris in foal, carrying their own babies. There you go. He gets the curve going too. It doesn't break.
You know, they come to the city of bright lights from the farms of Poland.
Watch
How
it.
fun.
I think she's in cadence with the music here. Look at that. That's perfect song for this mare. Look at that girl. Yeah, imagine 50 of those coming out of the barn. They open the door, they release them, and they run through 3 corrals to get out to their pasture for the day. And if you step in front of them, you'll get run over.
Isn't that one of the most beautiful things in all the horse world?
The morning turnout is amazing.
And coming back in, and they circle around the water tanks, and they drink in the.
Then they go in the barn.
And
They
they
go
go
in the
in the
same
barns,
stall every night.
and they
You just open
tie
the
'em.
doors. And they
Yeah,
go to their
that's-
spot. There she is.
That's worth seeing, no matter where in the worldwide, how those horses are turned out and brought back in Poland.
Well, that's the advantage that I found in the Arabian horse industry, whether you're a breeder, an owner, trainer, judge, is you get to visit places around the world and you share your Arabian horse experience. You have access to people you may not meet them in the regular day. And your common thing, you could be with a CEO or a pilot or a sports athlete or a scholar, and your common thread is the Arabian horse industry. And everybody in the business loves to have you visit and share their horses with you.
Right. It's true. They do.
What Villadona did, nice. Nice entrance, nice work around the arena. Very capable stand
so
up here.
our first horse was a 90.42.
Yep, Ziada.
Zieta.
We're now on the 3rd horse work in the class. We're waiting on the scores of the 2nd horse, Adelita. Should be up here shortly. Our scores through the ArabianEssence.tv website. You can follow along. We're powered by Al Sheikh Stud all weekend. So your live feed, and over in your right column, there's the scoring, and you can click on it. You'll have pedigrees. It'll have the breakdown of the scorecard of each judge, plus the total score, and then it'll have their class ranked. It's a great website on Arabian Essence. And there we are. We're getting them a little quicker in-house because we're not the official score of Arabian Essence TV, but we'll get them within a minute of them posting in-house onto our website here, and that's where we're following along. So we can't quite see the scoreboard, which is over the end gate area at an angle. All right, little delay on the third horse coming in. Maybe somebody's just asking for a little more warm-up, a little more bag, but they're ready. Everybody's ready.
So there is, you've got your Eldolita right there, Rory.
There she is. She moves to first with a 91.33. Adelita has, Greg, 4 20s for movement and 2 19.5s. That's not a bad day at the office
No, you
for that
can
girl
tell.
from Poland.
Yep, you can see
she can move.
do that.
That's the first of the 2 Polish mares.
This is Omel Alicia Aljasimia, senior mares, breeder Omel Arab International, owned by Aljasimia Farms.
What a nice partnership.
Jaco
Lisa mares
Kapashi, yeah.
from Amal Arab. They're right down the street in San Ynez with them, world-renowned breeders.
Yeah, Omel Arab is world-renowned breeders. Great, great breeders.
And they ride their horses a lot, too. The studs are outridden on a regular basis.
And what a fun thing to go to the farm.
Oh, it's a beautiful farm,
Yeah.
beautiful setting, of course, in San Ynez, but they're down in a little valley.
And they treat you good, and they show you some really special horses.
Yeah, Yanina controlling it after her mother's passing, but Siggy did a fantastic job building a herd, maintaining a breeding program that's, I guess 45, 50 years now. Started in Germany originally, but in the United States since the late 70s. Just a fun place.
This beautiful mare is by Justice out of El Aliha, who is by El Asim, owned by El Jasimia Farm, and bred by El Arab International. Jacopo Kapashi on the lead.
It's a good mare. This is a deep class. Anybody that ends up in the top 2 or 3 in this class has really earned it today.
Did we see this mare in Vegas?
She did. She was silver in Vegas.
That's right.
And then we also saw her Menton. I believe she was silver or bronze in Menton. I'll have to go back and research her. But,
So she's a traveling girl.
Decorated mare. I'll just give me a stud. Just does 2 shows in the U.S. each year. Scottsdale International, the Las Vegas World Cup, and they do 2 shows primarily in Europe. They do the Menton show, qualify their horses, and then show in Paris. They keep the horses fresh. Giacomo does the showing. Robin Hopkinson takes care of the daily management and training, conditioning. It's a great program. She's just finishing up in center ring. Our 4th mare to go in Section A. 2 sections of senior mares, A and a B today. Basically about an hour and a half left of Arabian Horse Indulgence, Greg, today.
I know.
What are we going to do? We're going to talk about it all night.
We'll talk about it all night, and then tomorrow we get the boys.
Yeah, and we'll kind of preview in our heads for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good colts tomorrow, studs. And then Sunday, icing on the cake, the championships here.
And we get to sort of guess.
Everybody's going to have their favorites. We're going to be arguing at the restaurant and the bars tonight, who they love more, who they think can do it on Sunday. Because you're using 6 to 8 judges in each class. So each class championship will have 2 judges that may have not seen those horses. Yeah. So, and then we judge them a little differently on Sunday with a comparative and a different trot. They trot down the center of the arena, the judges on each side instead of a clockwise circle.
And the stand-up has more emphasis.
It could.
At that point.
And they might be flat. They might be fresher on Sunday. It's really interesting.
Yep.
They compare them.
And it's a new horse show, correct?
Yes, sir. So right now our leader is Villadona, the second of the 2 Polish mares to show. She is first. The second Polish mare, Adelita, is second. So the winner right now, leading right now halfway through this section is with a 92.0 is Villadona. Second is Adelita with a 91.33. If you want to follow along, ArabianEssence.tv, powered by El Sheikh Stud. And here we are, another Polish mare, Greg.
Another Polish is Alsa, and she's by Cahill out of Almedia. And she is from Janov, owned and bred. And again, incredible athleticism on the Polish mares. Just bouncy, athletic, long, stretchy neck.
A lot of movement here, and look at the hind leg. A lot of push from the hocks.
A lot of push from the hocks. Beautiful. This is the mare. She won a major in Poland. She might have been the Polish national champion that year I was there.
That's right. Positania Kahilia. Oh, I apologize. That's coming up.
This is Elsa.
Yeah, this is also another Cahill daughter.
And what do we got for the lead? We've got Wildona,
Wildona.
a Polish mare in the lead.
Waiting on the scores on Amel Aisha Al-Jassimia. 4 is shown. We're on horse number 5 of 11 in Section A. 5th horse to go out of 11 to work. 3 scores posted. Waiting on the 4th in moments. That would be Amel Aisha Al-Jassimia. Wesley Connor getting a nice look up close, straight on.
I remember when she made Ali Jamal national champion stallion.
That's a historic day.
Yep. Greg Galoon at the lead and
set his career on fire. He had been very successful, but to have a national champion stallion back in the day with 60, 70 in the competition.
Great class, great win. That was a
breeding horse. I mean, that horse,
Yep.
whether he was going to be national champion or not a second time, he was national champion for Charity Colt earlier in life, but what a breeding legacy he created. And she picked a great horse that day. JJ from Jana Pulaski presenting here. Elsa. She is 5 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Senior mares are 4 and over here in Paris. We have yearlings earlier on, Section A and B of yearling fillies. Then we have the junior fillies mares, 2 and 3 year olds. Those 4 sections are finished. We're on Section 5 of the day, the first Section A senior mares. She just finishes up. Here we go, Amel Aisha Al-Jassimia with a 92.92. That just rolls real nice. Again, that sweet spot between a 92 and 93.
Yeah.
You're most likely going to be first or second in the class at Paris this weekend. Great scores for her. 520s overall in her score for Amel Aisha. She moves to the front. Next in,
Bint Hazy Al Qadia by El Placio Vio out of Hasi Al Qadia. Owned by Al Kashab Stud of Kuwait. Al Qadia Stables bred her.
remember that El Palacio, Vanny Vieira Valley Oak bred him. He was a son of Lahib out of El Dorado.
Yep.
The Polish mare, the national champion, Sandy El Shkan daughter. Exported to Saudi Arabia. And then she's out of F. Shamal daughter. This mare was silver in Aachen last year in the top 5 in the championship here in Paris last year. Back for it again, see if she can move up in the championship. Tom Shokins presenting her. Bred by Al Khaladia Stud. Taking a look at the trophies there real quick there.
A 5-year-old mare born in March. It's interesting, a lot of the gray mares by 5 are almost white. They try to breed those lines that'll get you that white really fast because it's so desirable.
And it's up to the gene pool, basically. It's not grooming, it's not conditions. It's if their family members turn gray slowly, they may turn gray slowly.
Look at her, look at this with her face.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. Tight ears, big old nostrils.
Really tippy at the end. A lot of quality here. Dark, dark eyes. Judges giving her a little space here. She's a little busy, so they're giving her a little space to settle in, and they'll come around and converge and take a closer look. Horsemen out there judging. They'll allow you to kind of get your horse set 1 or 2 times. You give a handler typically when you're judging 1 or 2 times, and then after that, you got to judge what you see, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Got to move on, but give them the best shot they can to succeed. Look, her head almost tips up at the nostril area right there. The dish is so extreme. Beautifully groomed condition turned out. Most of the grays, Greg, this week you'd probably agree they're body clipped for the event. The bays and chestnuts, you try to avoid that as much as possible. Gray, you can't tell other than they're just tighter coated. The body clipped. But the bays and chestnuts will look a little pale if they're body clipped.
Yeah, they don't lose their color. The
Yeah.
chestnuts and the bays tend to look like pumpkins. First clip particularly. Grays don't.
No, they almost look better with the body
A
clip.
little tighter. Makes
Yeah.
them look a little
Cleaner
tighter.
lines
Yep.
on the top and the bottom side of them, the silhouette.
Leslie's figuring out, looking at that neck, deciding how she's going to do that. Sometimes the judges will also tip their cards. How intense they get on the horse. You can tell how much they like. Or
Do you see that
sometimes-
more in comparative, or you see that in the scorecard as well?
I think both. Probably comparative more. They'll walk around and not show what they are doing, or don't want to think anybody what they're doing, and they'll.
You're not a big walker around at the end of the class.
I judged them in the middle. I like them in the middle, and I want to be consistent. I saw them all there, so I want to judge them there.
Yeah.
So
They can change on that rail at the end of the
Yeah.
class. And then, oh, this is a nice entrance.
look at here. Yep.
Another Cahill daughter from Poland. Phil Loivens. This guy can run too. One after another, these skinny guys can run.
Cahill Al-Shakab out of Bostina, Mawa.
It's an extern. See, the extern can boogie too.
Yep.
That horse never lost in his lifetime.
They
extern.
were so hot. They had lots of boogie, lots of
Extern, a
carriage.
son of monogram, the most decorated son of monogram in the European circuit. Never lost a championship.
They were so beautiful in their energy, and
And I believe he's still there, but he's not longer actively breeding that much. He's up there in age a little bit, but boy, his babies can move, and she has it.
I think this is the one I saw in
Yes,
Poland.
that's correct.
Yeah. She was the Cahill daughter that was the superstar because they were so excited she was out of an extern daughter.
And she ended up bay
Yeah.
instead of gray.
Yeah.
Yep. She got the Cahill color, extern boogie. Bill Loivens helping Rafael Cartier this week. Privilege, partners in the business. Good guys. It's a nice mare. Look good in Aachen. From the Mehoff State Stud, they've had the most world champion mares. After them, Sheikhamard Ajma Stud, second most world champion mares. But Mehoff has bred the most world champion mares.
Yeah, some of that's crossed over like Questora.
Yeah. Owned by Sheikhamar, so
Right.
he's the winner as he owns her,
Right.
but they bred her. Very cool. Tell you that short rail, that first 50 feet of entrance, if you come in showing all you got, it really gets everybody's attention. You come in a little flat or you canter through it, everybody's waiting and waiting for you to do something. She came right through the gate. It was gorgeous. Stacks up nice and high.
Yeah, she does. Polish horses tend to typically here do that more than some of the other horses here in Europe. They're a little higher set.
That's a nice look there. He's showing her medium distance, but he's got a long lead, so he's got a lot in his hands to worry about as he's trying to stand her up. But that long lead sure helps when you're trotting around this large arena, trying to get as much movement as you can out of the horse. Because a movement score is not just a movement score; it's in the type score.
It's a type score as well.
And it's also, I think, it's an influence score. Movement is just carries you everywhere else.
There's no doubt.
So Amel Aisha Al-Jassimian with a 92.92, still leading our class. Alsa with a 92.58, another strong score, second. Bit Hazi Al-Khaladia now third with a 92.42. That's the first class of the day with 3 92s, and the top three we're not even halfway through.
Well, you and I would both agree.
Deep.
Number 61, Aurora HM. Kind of an interesting filly, number 61. She's an Ever After daughter. Ever After NA, who's a very popular horse in the States. You don't see a lot of them here. Good breeding horse in the States out of Heaven Sent.
Taught her
who was
Enzo.
By Enzo, that's
Highly
correct.
decorated horse in the United States, and the father of Eden C.
That's correct. And
half sister to Eden C right here by Ever After. That's some California breeding. Ever After and Enzo Eden C.
bred by Mazia LLC USA and owned currently by Mohammed Al Sawadi.
UAE.
The UAE, the Emirates. And this is, of course, Tom Oben on the lead.
Saw Debbie Fuentes from AHA Registry earlier today. She's here with AHA President Nancy Harvey and team. And she's exported, processed a lot of paperwork horses to the UAE over the years. A lot of horses from America have ended up UAE. And those guys are breeding on fantastic horses. That's a nice look there from Obi.
Yeah.
Big hook in that mare's neck. Those Ever Afters can stand up and show all day long. Then you had some Esdo for tail carriage and style, movement. A lot of snorting below in the Enzos with the base shot Psyche line that he carries. I loved Enzo's Mother Bay Champagne.
That gray mare?
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah. She had an injured leg, so she wasn't shown, but she could produce.
She was shown as a yearling.
Yeah.
I saw her, I showed with her at a horse show with Ken Davis.
Yeah.
Was on the lead at Scottsdale.
The Riverdale Arabians, those people right down the street from Ken in Lodi.
Yeah.
Bred to Bayshall quite a bit, produced her. She ended up being a great program for the Enzo partnership over the years. Enzo's full sister, Cicely, I adore too. There's just a lot of quality there.
Yep.
Fun stuff. Presentation horses. Turn them out or turn the mares out in the field. They just show off. Snort and blow. You can hear them.
This girl's hot today, bouncing as she leaves.
Yeah. Chestnut. Very nice presentation, Oben.
Yep. Nice job.
Goes by Obi. That's what he calls his training center. Obi Training Center, Tom Oben. Waiting on the scores. So number 60, Pusatani Kahilia, with a 91.33, puts her in 6th place. We are on our 9th mare, waiting on our 8th score in Section A.
This is an interesting filly. I mean, mare. I knew her mother very well. Elegant Dream.
We sold the father, Maneo,
right.
the Marwan son. The
Right.
father is a Marwan son. We sold to Argentina, Lady Gina.
That's correct.
And then we showed, and you bought once, showed, and then resold.
Right, and then out of a Magic Dream daughter, out of a Bay show.
And remember, Elegant Dream is the mother of RHI Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's like old school Arabian Expressions right there, buddy.
That's old school stuff.
I think your watch on your wrist was paid by a couple of those deals right there, buddy.
And this is La Catalina Haras. Lady Gina is the breeder.
Yep.
Now owned by a Saleh stud of Kuwait. But very, very nice filly, great pedigree. Like her a lot.
Philip Jose doing a great job, still can run. Even though he's on the senior circuit, he can keep up with anybody. So both parents from United States. She was born and raised in Argentina, now lives in Kuwait. Shown by a Belgian in Paris. That's a worldwide horse there. 6-year-old mare. Maneo, the father, son of Marwan El Shakab, is a full brother to Matisse, twice Brazilian national champion stallion from that great breeding program, Full Moon Arabians, Kathy Economy and team up there in Fowlerville, Michigan. Da Vinci FM she bred as well. Serafina FM, nice group of horses. You're watching number 62, LC Farfalla.
Boy, Lady Gina in Argentina has bred a lot of great horses. And what a great patron she is to the breed. Her passion for the Arabian horse.
Classy lady.
If you ever get to Argentina, go to her farm of 27,000 acres.
So there's 10 gachos. No, excuse me, there's 100 gachos, each taking care of 10 horses. There's 1,000 gacho horses on our farm. Yeah. Old school cowboys from Argentina. It's fascinating. Walter Mishik's down there this week hanging out with Fernando Sandovalis.
I heard that. When she sells her soybean, the whole market drops. She's such a big, big farmer and breeder. What an amazing place to go to.
Imagine the breeders at Argentina. They're just fantastic. The guy that had national champion mare this year, national champion stallion last year, George Millet from Argentina, Harris Mayed, Caramba from Harris El Dope, Lady Gina, Ziggy Thyssen was down there for many years.
Not a lot of numbers, but a lot of results.
Great breeders from Argentina. Beautiful country.
Conrad's taking a look, going, I like that one.
That's a nice silhouette. Adorable 4 matching socks on her, on that Bay Filly.
Yeah, and the old Bedouins years and years and years, the legacy and the stories. That was good luck.
Is that right?
Yeah, like Basque. 4 white stocks. Up, doesn't have 4, got 3.
Oh, it just looked like it. We
From
were
the
faking
angle,
it.
yeah.
We'll get a little paint. We'll fix it for Sunday.
Yeah, and get good luck.
He had it parked so perfectly that they were matched up. Nine mares have shown so far. Aisha Al-Jasimi with a 92-92, still leading the pack. Elsa from Poland, 92.58, second, and Benthazi Al-Khaladia sitting third with a 92.42. It's a strong scores.
Look at Raphael Cook.
This could be a player here from, behind Stokel, Osterhouse stud.
Yep.
Ajman daughter here.
And he's lighting it up. Look at him
Ayana.
run.
He has a group of brood mares on the Kubanet lines that just can move.
He's a great breeder. Great breeder. And he told me something interesting when we had a meeting in Brazil one time, and I was picking his brain. I said, tell me some of the secrets of breeding and some of your thoughts. And he said, well, sometimes I sell my good brooder mares about 12 years old and keep their youngest daughter. And I said, why would you do that? Fashion.
Stay
Current
modern.
with the
Stay
look. Horses change and evolve, and so he does that.
The thing when you start selling your horses like that, after you receive some nice foals out of them, is your breeding program gets spread around worldwide a little bit. If you keep all the great ones, they only see them at the horse show or your farm. So once in a while you yield from the mare and let somebody else try it a little bit and get that name out there, that proven mare.
Right.
And he stays modern as he upgrade, essentially moves forward. Great breeders have secrets,
really
Greg.
Smart. He said that. I went home and thought about that about 10 times and thought, that's brilliant.
It helps put on that German national show, All Nations Cup, European Breeders' Trust, with a group of great guys and ladies. They love Arabian horses in Germany. Oof.
I am so impressed with Raphael and his progression in this whole process.
We've known him a long time.
Known him since a kid, and now he's a star and a businessman.
Staying at the Four Seasons, showing these mares.
And representing great breeders and doing a really good job. I mean, it's really nice to see. And, of course, thanks to Al-Sheikh Stud, who happens to be one of his clients, that decided to step up and sponsor us and have us come. And we're thankful to be here because we think we're helping the industry a lot, and just being here telling the story, making the live feeds more interesting. I think that just watching the thing roll or listening from the outside in is not quite as fun. Rory and I have got a lot of stories. We've seen a lot, visited a lot, have a lot of history, so it's sort of fun to let you know our secrets and stories. So
here we are. The top 5 scores start at 92 points, Greg.
Wow.
So LC Farhalala just puts up her score here with a 92.0. That's our 5th place score. These judges are encountering some fantastic mares and rewarding them just right. So our leader still is Amel Aisha Al-Jasimi with a 92.92, but down to 5th place, it's less than a point.
Oh, and here comes Wanderlust, 66.
Oh boy, yeah.
He's got a hot hand today.
He is.
Will he get the trifecta?
Could be. But look at this mare's helping him out.
Yeah,
she's doing everything possible.
She is. She's a Lahib daughter. They're known for that. Out of Zena Al-Barak, who's by A.K. Latifa. The owner is Anaya Stud of Switzerland, and bred by Osman Al-Kasasi of Israel. Frank Spoolen on the lead.
Great horses bred in Israel as well. Every year you see a world champion come from there. They really
So this is Hanaya Stud.
Yeah.
A little difference for her, huh? Normally she likes the straights.
Well, this one is straight, I believe.
Oh, you're right. Probably is.
By Lahib out of A.K. Latifa daughter. That's a straight.
Yeah. So this
She
is,
can boogie. Lot of style. Matter of fact, this mare was just shown at the Egyptian World Championships. She put like a 96 up about a month ago. Very fancy mare.
Beautiful.
She's going to make this a very, very interesting result in this class.
Nyla's got to be excited as she's watching this.
A lot of taste. When she acquires a horse, she wants something special.
She has beautiful horses.
You imagine walking down that barn aisle of hers?
It would be fun.
With those little heads sticking out, all those beautiful mares.
Would you love to do it?
It's like going to a museum.
Oh my God, yeah, they're beautiful.
Look at the structure there. Just another great example of Arabian type.
Beautiful
you were looking
mare.
to Google Arabian type, and that mare would be a great example to use on Google search. Frank's got her ready too.
She hails from Israel, and Frank has her on her game. And
so Greg, first place 92.92, fifth place on 92. 5 horses within a point of each other, and we have this to still score.
That's a pretty mare.
It's Paris. They come out of the woodwork.
Straight Egyptian.
A little different than straight Egyptians we sometimes see in the U.S. This is gorgeous. And did you see her move? Her opening 2 laps were just fantastic. Not just big movement, tail carriage, a lot of style and presence to her trot, circle, confidence. She played with Frank. He played with her.
7 years old.
Looks great.
Nice mare. We'll see how this goes. Oh, another 92.
Another 92.
The Haras Catalina filly scores a 92, so she's right there with the rest of them.
So the tiebreak between 5th and 6th right now went to type first. Villadona is placed over her, over LC Farhala, both with 92s, but she had a better type score.
And that's the tiebreaker type.
In 7th place, Pusatani Kahilia with a 91.33. This is just a phenomenal class. I mean, we're watching cream of the cream, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like Christmas. It's like opening a package every class.
All right.
El Sheikh Stud.
So, Greg, we're finished up here in Section A. We're waiting on the scores of the last horse, and there could be a little drama here. That horse, in my opinion, and I think you agree, she's going to be somewhere in the mix, and she's the last one to go. So
it's going to be interesting where she goes. She
just need a moment to get the scores posted. We get them in-house quicker than we get them on the Arabian Essence TV website, powered by El Sheikh Stud, but we'll have them here shortly. And I think this place, if she puts some big scores up, I think people will kind of wake up and see what happens.
You can see the anticipation on some of the people's faces.
Because the first 2 mares are fantastic.
Yeah.
And she belongs somewhere in there. So let's see where this ends up here shortly. They're pretty quick with the scores. Of course, in-house a little quicker than us. Official score.
All iPads. The iPads work great until they break.
Yeah, I think they got a paper back up here, so we're good. But it's easy to add up 20s.
Yeah.
Even guys like us, horse trainers, can add by 20.
20.
Yeah, 20% commission.
20% commission. Yeah, the math is good as long as
20 stall barn. It's easy.
It's all the same.
That's right. Beautiful VIP area, ladies and gentlemen. Come visit Paris. It's multiple things you can cross off on the list. Visit Paris, hang out with great people, and see beautiful horses at the World Championship. Go on Partners on a Table. There's also a section for the less expensive seats across the way. They still get the same view. Here we go. Forehead, 19s and 19.5s across the board here. Bottom top line, 18s, 19s. Be a little drama here. We're waiting on the drama of the final total score. Again, a gross score then divided by the 6 judges gets you your true score. And Frank ends up 3rd with a 92.58, tied with Alsa with a 92.58, but he wins on type. So Giacomo takes it, Greg.
Well, he had a beautiful trip. She was beautiful. El Jasimia.
Top 7 horses all scored a 92 or higher.
That's really amazing.
Matter of fact, they were separated by less than a point, 1 through 7. 92.92 right here with best head score and also the class winner, Amal Aisha. So that's the top score, 92.92. 7th place was a 92. That's fantastic group of mares. 3 tiebreakers. At 3rd place, And at 6th place and at 8th place, all went to the first tiebreaker, which is type. Gerard Patty from Bahrain now. Before that, John Pulaski, State Stud. Before that, San Ynez, Canada. He's actually from Trinidad and Tobago, even though Mike Ashmore says Ghana.
And he's like a beach boy. Get around, he gets around.
He's on the beach now. His farm in Bahrain literally has beachfront property.
Nice.
Beautiful farm. Straight Egyptian farm he represents. Al Rashadia stud. Bahrain's a great place. This guy wants to be a golfer. He's a frustrated golfer. I had to bring him golf balls again. Every trip to Europe, I got to bring him.
They don't sell them in Europe?
Apparently, they don't sell golf balls in Europe or the Middle East.
There you go.
Bart Van Boegeraert, representing stud manager for Al Jismia Stud. Giacomo, leading their horses. Robin Hopkinson leads up the training and conditioning and preparation, management care. She moves to Italy for the summer to prepare for Paris. She and her 3 or 4 handful of horses. That's the best head. And the other mares filter in. 2nd place, Greg. Alejandra OS for Heinz Cycles breeding program. Beautiful Ajman daughter, 92.67 is 2nd with Rafael Curti on the lead. And 3rd, winning the tiebreaker, Frank Spoonley with Wadad Zamani. Straight Egyptian mare with a 92.58 wins the tiebreaker over Alsa. This is just finishing up Section A of the senior mares, all mares 4 years of age and older. We have Section B to follow right after this, and then we conclude the first day in Paris at the World Championship Salon du Cheval. That's a nice lineup, buddy. That's a nice lineup. So we have the sponsors of the class, the sponsor of the section, the breeders, the owners, the connections. Out there enjoying a great moment.
Justin Cowdwin from the USA. He's a very, very talented hunter trainer in the States. Works for Royal Arabians, just there handing trophies. There you see him. Great horse trainer.
Known that guy since he's like 10.
Yeah.
Good kid. They brought a colt over from the U.S. Got here a couple weeks ago. He shows tomorrow. We'll just leave it at that. But it's nice to see some horses fly over the pond and come take on the world's best.
Can't be the best if you don't beat the best, huh?
That's right. Mark and Cindy Royal Ravens, great people, supporters, benefactors of the Raven breed. Really love the whole idea of owning and breeding Raven horses. They just enjoy it. Have a halter barn, they have a performance barn, different properties. They show them halter when they're younger, they ride in performance when they're older.
And now we have them, and Orion Farms is involved deeply.
Yeah, they brought a colt over too.
Yeah, they brought another colt.
Last year we had
colt.
Pat Dempsey and Beloved Farms showing horses from the U.S. We had horses from Australia here.
I think that's great. I think it should happen more often. That
Willie Brown down in South Africa bred Alejandro and some other mares. They can come from anywhere. They can come from long distances. It's like the Olympics for horses, but it isn't every 4 years. It's every